are almost at the end of the week. I'm going to try to help you get there with a smile on your face. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Let's get you up to speed with some news that you could use right now.
Rise and shine, beautiful people. I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. Let's make sure your Thursday is off to a great start with good vibes, awesome company, and unstoppable energy.
And I'm Monique Tuzon. Your mornings are always no fun with us. Join us in the next hour and a half for stories and conversations that matter. We have something exciting today. We have a guest with toys.
Toys!
Explain.
I'm so excited. That's all.
Expensive, collectible
That's
toys.
all I'm going to say because Anne's the one who does the spoiler alerts.
We are going to display the toys later. He actually brought some.
I'm so
perfect.
excited.
See,
And Anne's going to ask for one.
Of course. It's perfect because, we always talk about spoilers. And we have Coach V today. I did not read it.
I haven't read it yet.
I haven't read it.
Did you read it, Anne? Of course she did because she fixed her extra to match Coach V.
I actually didn't.
Wow.
But I just read her topic for today. And I think you're going to like it because you like math.
I what?
You're going to like her topic because you like math.
No, you got it wrong. Our Trixie, our makeup artist, likes math because she does accounting.
Oh, you don't? I thought you like math.
No. The only thing I like
Because you're
count
good in
is,
math.
No, I'm not good in math. In fact, you should watch me in the PBA kasi minsan when I do addition, subtraction sa scores, mali-mali ako eh. So, at one point, yung courtside reporter namin messages us, guys, mali yung score na binabasa niyo. That's how terrible I am at quick maths.
At least you know, at least you're...
Communication major.
Yeah, I know, same. That's why I don't do numbers either.
So later, Coach V is going to talk about love and math, like put it together.
Okay, I was going to say, don't say anything.
No,
Love
that's her
and math.
teaser.
Can we have love? It could be love or math
Interesting.
instead of end.
I don't love math. That's it, period.
Fair enough. All right, so
We'll find out.
Let's get started. Let's try and figure out if people can go to school early enough without any trouble and do math.
Yeah.
Ayos ba yung segue? Pangit, no?
All the calculations.
They have to calculate the
traffic.
time they're going to leave homes just to make it to their destinations on time. Right, guys? So let's check out the major roads or the major thoroughfares this Thursday. If EDSA is your route today, oh no, this is Quezon Avenue first. EDSA Quezon Avenue flyover on the left side of your screen. So you'll be seeing vehicles going to Quiapo. You're going to be stepping on the brakes. Moderate traffic already building up on that stretch of Quezon Avenue. Right side, vehicles headed to the Quezon Memorial Circle. Also light to moderate traffic on that stretch. Now let us move on to EDSA this time. Let's take a look at EDSA White Plains. On the left side of your screens is the southbound lane going to Shaw Boulevard, already looking really busy at this time. On the right side is the northbound lane going to Cubao, still free flowing this morning. Now the expanded vehicle number coding is in full swing. Since it's Thursday, vehicles with license plates ending in 7 and 8 should be off the road right about now until 10 a.m. and again later from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Now let's find out what the weather's going to be like this Wednesday or Thursday. It says Wednesday in our prompter. We are one day behind. So Paolo has today's forecast from Weather HQ. Take it away, Pao, on this Thursday.
Thank you so much, Mo. Happy Thursday to everyone. Yes, the prompter did say Thursday. Mo just read it wrong. Looking at today's weather, 3 weather systems are currently affecting the country. The northeast monsoon is bringing cloudy skies and rain showers over Luzon, while the shear line is impacting the eastern Visayas and Mindanao. So here's what the shear line is doing and where it's affecting, and of course the northeast monsoon over in Luzon. Now this is also causing warm weather and humid weather with occasional showers across the country, talking about the shear line. Now the northeast monsoon will bring cloudy skies and rain showers to Cagayan Valley, Apayao, Aurora, Quezon, and the rest of the Bicol region. Now Metro Manila and the rest of Luzon will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies and isolated light rain. Now, the shear line, as we mentioned a while ago, will cause cloudy skies and scattered rain showers and thunderstorms over the Visayas, Caraga, Sorsogon, and Masbate. So these areas in particular. Now, residents in these areas should be aware of the possibility of flash floods and or landslides. Now, for the rest of the country, you can expect partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated showers or thunderstorms, particularly in the afternoon or evening. Now, that is due to the easterlies affecting the rest of the country. Now, due to the shear line, Pag-asa has issued a rainfall advisory for today through tomorrow. Today, heavy to intense rains are expected in eastern Samar, while moderate to heavy rains are forecasted for northern Samar, Biliran, Leyte, southern Leyte, Masbate, and Sorsogon. Now, tomorrow, heavy to intense rains are expected in northern Samar, while moderate to heavy rains will continue in Sorsogon, eastern Samar, Biliran, and Leyte. Now, while it's not officially summer, many parts of the country are currently experiencing or already experiencing severe heat. Let's take a look at today's heat index forecast. In Puerto Princesa, Palawan, it is in the danger zone with a heat index of 42 degrees Celsius. Other locations at 41 degrees Celsius include Coron, Palawan, Cotabato City, and General Santos City. Several locations are experiencing a heat index of 4 degrees Celsius, including San Jose, Occidental Mindoro, Dipolog, Zamboanga del Norte, Zamboanga City, Davao City, Davao del Sur. Now, for the major metro cities, the heat index is as follows. In Metro Manila, it's around 37 degrees Celsius. Metro Cebu is at 36 degrees Celsius. As we mentioned, Metro Davao at 40 degrees Celsius. Now, prolonged exposure to these extreme temperatures can lead to heat cramps and exhaustion. If you're outside, stay hydrated, wear light clothing, and limit your time in the heat to prevent heat-related illnesses. Now, as for sea conditions, a gale warning is in effect for the western coast of northern Luzon, particularly over in Ilocos Norte. Now, a gale warning is also up along the eastern seaboards of southern Luzon and the Visayas, including the northern and eastern coast of Catanduanes, Albay, Sorsogon, northern Samar, and eastern Samar. These areas are expected to have rough to very rough sea conditions with wave heights reaching up to 4.5 meters, making sailing prohibited in these areas. For the rest of the country, fishermen and sailors can venture out, but should remain vigilant and monitor any weather changes. That's it for Weather HQ on a Thursday. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much for that update, Pao. In other news, a survey conducted from February 15 to 19 shows majority of Filipinos believe former President Rodrigo Duterte should be held accountable for the extrajudicial killings due to his war on drugs. In the survey of social weather stations and Strat-based group, 51% agree Duterte is liable, while 25% disagree. In Duterte's turf in Mindanao, almost half of the respondents agree with Duterte's liability.
The Dean of the San Beda University's Graduate School of Law says Solicitor General Menardo Guevara must now step down from his post following his decision to recuse from the habeas corpus petitions filed by the Duterte siblings before the Supreme Court. Speaking with BNC's On Point, Father Rangilio Aquino explains the Soldiers' job is to stand as lawyer for the government.
Given the fact that the Administrative Code of 1987 makes the Solicitor General, compels the Solicitor General to be lawyer of the Republic of the Philippines, and in this case, it is the government itself that is sued in the habeas corpus proceedings, I think it's only proper that the Solicitor General should resign his position. He does not believe that the ICC's jurisdiction does not entitle him to maintain a position while he is Solicitor General different from a determination of the competent authority of the government of the Philippines. So I don't think it's compatible for him to remain a Solicitor General and at the same time say, I can't agree with the government.
In the same program, the president and CEO of Agents International, Alan Herman, believes the public outcry on the arrest and detention of former President Rodrigo Duterte will not last long.
When we feel indignation, we will go out in the street and we will shout it out. There was no other way to gather en masse and to be with like-minded people.
To air your sentiments.
To air your sentiment. Yeah. Now, magpo-post ka lang ng angry post, sasali ka lang sa group, manunood ka ng Facebook Live, you've already gotten it out of your system. So it's so hard to mobilize warm bodies.
But you're not expecting any changes in political alliances?
In terms of political alliances per se, no, the runway is too short. But in terms of political pronouncements, nakikita na natin. The Villars have spoken out, diba? The Villars have spoken out, nag-double down na sila, they took a side. administration senatorial slate is avoiding certain areas. Hindi muna sila pumupunta ng Mindanao. So may mga ganyan movements.
Gabriela Party List Representative Arlene Brosas calls to former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque to come home. Roque, who had been missing in action, appeared in The Hague following the arrest of FPRRD. Brosas says instead of seeking asylum in the Netherlands, Roque should just face his charges in the Philippines. Justice Secretary Boying Remulla shares the same message for Roque.
Harapin niya yung kung ano man ang sinasakdal sa kanya, harapin niya. Diba? Oh, magpaka Filipino siya maayos, diba? Wala pa nang nangyayari, tumatakas na siya eh. Diba? Hindi, harapin nga.
Wala pang kaso.
Abogado pa naman siya. Hindi siya sumusunod sa batas.
The lower house TRICOM is all set for its third probe on fake news this Friday. Overall Chairman Representative Dan Fernandez says disinformation is a national security issue. Fernandez adds social media must not be used to spread fake news and propaganda. Some lawmakers also say they must find out if the circulation of fake news is an organized effort and whoever funds it. They explain many Filipinos, overseas workers in particular, tend to fall for disinformation.
Napakarami talaga ngayon na lumalabas ng mga fake news. Habang nagtitinig tayo ng ganitong mga cases, palala ng palala lalo na nung time ng arrest ni Duterte, nagpapakita ng napakaraming mga rallies, hindi naman pala yun dito, no? Hindi naman pala dito sa Pilipinas. So, ang mga fake news umabot pa sa pag-iiba ng mga itsura or ng mga biktima ng mga extrajudicial killings.
Representative Fernandez also warns 11 social media personalities and vloggers they may be arrested and cited for contempt if they continue to skip the hearing. The online creators have repeatedly snubbed the hearings despite invitations from the lower house.
The Crimes Against Humanity case against former President Duterte mentioned 43 deaths in a span of 10 years. Many people have wondered why the case is being heard by the International Criminal Court when it seems relatively minor compared to other mass violence cases handled by the tribunal. On Billionaire News channels at the forefront, former ICC Judge Raul Pangalangan clarifies that every life lost in the context of these crimes matters equally in the principles of the Rome Statute.
And if you look at the gruesome killings in the war on drugs, I think it's reasonable to say that, one death is one death too many. I mean, we don't draw the threshold, the bright line distinction at any point. Human life is human life, and the court cannot ignore, cannot pay attention to some murders, but not to others.
Kabataan Party List Representative Raul Manuel slammed Senate President Chis Escudero for comparing Senator Bato de la Rosa's situation to the so-called Batasan 5. In a statement, Manuel says the 5 members of the Makabayan bloc clearly faced political persecution when they went into hiding in Batasan, after they faced rebellion charges back in 2006. He adds, this pales in comparison to De La Rosa, who may face possible arrest by the ICC. Manuel also says the Senate must instead plan on how to commence the impeachment trial of VP Sara Duterte.
Transportation Secretary Vince Dizon admits the Metro Manila subway project may not be completed within the term of President Bongbong Marcos. He explains the right-of-way issue is causing the delays in the project. The official says partial operations of the subway may begin in 2032.
Manibela Jeepney Group will hold a 3-day transport strike next week. It will start on Monday, March 24, to protest the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board's cancellation of their franchise, preventing them from registering at the Land Transportation Office. The group says those who receive tickets for violation are fined 50,000 pesos. On the second day of the transport strike, the group plans to go to Mendiola or Liwasang Bonifacio in Manila. Transportation Chief Vince Dizon tasked Assistant Secretary Jojo Reyes to hold a dialogue with Manibela. The agency is also preparing measures such as giving free rides to commuters who will be affected by the strike.
The Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission and PNP Criminal Investigation and Detection Group raided another suspected pogo in Makati City. In BNC's exclusive coverage Wednesday afternoon, it was learned that Flying Future, located at the 21st floor of the RCBC building along Ayala Avenue, acquired business permits as business processing outsourcing from the local government and had been operating for 4 years despite the pogo ban ordered by the Marcos administration. RCBC's representatives said that they would cooperate with authorities in the investigation as they were not aware of the pogo operations of the company, where both local and foreign nationals were employed.
The Commission on Elections says their efforts to conserve peace and order have been effective. That's after areas of concern under red category went down from 38 to 36. Earlier this week, a Forum for Peace Covenant was held among gubernatorial candidates in the province of Maguindanao, following a series of election-related violence in the Bangsamoro region. COMELEC says another round of assessment will be held on March 28 when local elections campaign kicks off.
Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA, praises its relationship with the Philippines. In a farewell call to Malacanang on Wednesday, its outgoing representative, Sakamoto Takema, highlighted the accomplishments of the two countries together, particularly in public health. Takema promised that JICA will continue its partnership with the Philippines. Baba Takashi is set to replace him after his 3-year tenure.
In world news, war returns to Gaza despite the ceasefire agreement. The Israeli military said its forces resumed ground operations in the central and southern Gaza Strip. This comes a day after over 400 Palestinians were killed in airstrikes in one of the deadliest episodes since the beginning of the conflict in October 2023. Hamas denounced these actions that violate the ceasefire. They reaffirmed their commitment to the deal and called on mediators to act immediately.
After 9 unplanned months in space, 2 stranded NASA astronauts are finally back on Earth. Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams splashed down off the coast of Florida aboard the SpaceX Dragon. Within an hour, they were brought out of their capsule and hustled away for routine medical checks. The astronauts were launched to space last June for what was supposed to be an 8-day mission to test Boeing's new Starliner capsule. But their homecoming was delayed after the capsule suffered technical problems. The relief crew arrived on the International Space Station last Sunday.
The humanoid robot revolution is closer than you think. That's what trillion-dollar tech company NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang believes. He says humanoid robots are less than 5 years away from seeing wide use in manufacturing facilities. Earlier this week, Huang unveiled new software tools that help robots navigate the world. He says factories are likely to adopt this technology, as renting a human robot could be good economics.
Over in sports, TNT Tropang Giga regains a series lead in the PBA Commissioner's Cup Finals. Tropang Giga escapes Barangay Ginebra San Miguel in a physical Game 3 Wednesday at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig. Final score 87-85. The Stingray Ray Nambata takes over for the Tropang Giga, nailing 5 of his 7 triples to finish with 24 big points. TNT now leads the series 2-1. All eyes now are on Barangay Ginebra's resident import Justin Brownlee after sustaining a thumb injury in Game 3, which sent him to the hospital before the game even ended. Brownlee finishes with 19 points. Game 4 shifts to the United Center in Antipolo tomorrow, March 21st. Now from the hard court to the pitch, which is also in a court. The countdown begins to the first ever FIFA Futsal Women's World Cup. that's happening here in the Philippines later this year. The official logo has been unveiled, referencing Filipino culture, including local street art, the Zamboanga Vinta boats, and the Gabang bamboo xylophone. Now, 16 national teams are competing in the event, which will take place from November 21st to December 7th. So far, the Philippines and New Zealand have booked their slots in the tournament. And the pro cyclist is pushing for the country's local riders to get next-level training. In an interview on BNC's The Scorecard, Paco Ochoa, he and his group are seeking to get the country's cyclists to train in Europe. He believes it will improve the cyclists' performance and how they adapt to the fluid climate conditions. Ochoa also says his team is working on creating the best plan possible for our cyclists.
The basic concept is to bring Filipino cyclists to Europe to expose them to yung higher or the highest level of cycling. And then, kailangan syempre ng tamang guidance, backing, support. They need to have the right equipment, yung right clothing. Dahil yung, kunwari, 5 degrees of change sa climate, malaking bagay sa clothing. Maayos na training programs, maayos na racing plan, lahat kailangan ayusin talaga. So yun yung naging project ng team. Kailangan pumunta tayo doon. It's like, ang analogy na ginagamit namin is like going to war. If you're sending soldiers, they need the proper weapons to fight.
In entertainment, Gal Gadot becomes the latest actress to be honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She was joined in the ceremony by her husband and their 4 daughters. Also in attendance were her Fast and Furious co-star Vin Diesel and Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins. The former Miss Israel is best known for playing Wonder Woman in the DC Extended Universe. She is set to hit the big screens as the evil queen in the upcoming live-action remake of Snow White.
To all the young women out there, the young people, especially young girls watching, if a girl from Rosh Ain can get a star at the Hollywood Boulevard, anything is possible.
Now coming to the screens, the long-awaited sequel to the 1996 cult comedy Happy Gilmore. Adam Sandler revives his titular golfer character while reuniting with co-stars Julia Bowen, Ben Stiller, and Christopher McDonald. Also in the film, NFL star Travis Kelce. Here's the trailer for Happy Gilmore 2. I'm so excited for this.
That makes me happy.
It's been a long time coming.
That makes me happy. I think a new generation of people are going to enjoy Happy Gilmore. I enjoyed it.
I love
as a 6-year-old.
Happy Gilmore.
As a 6-year-old.
I know we didn't get like any of the references. I think I was 3 when it came out.
No, and the funny thing is,
I'm
I'm rewatching it recently. I forgot how, because I was a baby practically. Like, I've learned how to walk naman as a 6-year-old. Pero when you
Wow, may hear it.
see Bob Barker being there, from The Price is Right, and then Happy Gilmore punching him. Happy Gilmore being punched by Bob Barker, for me was an iconic moment that, in general, I think it was referenced in the first trailer.
I mean,
not
it looks
this one.
yeah, we didn't see it here, but it looks really good. And they don't make movies like they do, like back in the 90s. So I'm excited to see how they're gonna, I don't know, capture it.
Yeah, that's actually
The
like
90s movies are
the comedies.
amazing. The comedy's
Really,
different.
really funny. But Adam Sandler is just timeless. He's still a
Well,
funny guy.
it's nice to see him go back to comedy,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he did a lot
He's
of
been in
dramatic roles,
dramas,
which
yeah.
were good, by the way.
He's amazing.
Really good, and he also did great in the Oscars, by the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like, I'm just really happy we have another Adam Sandler movie. I mean, like, I remember watching Little Nicky back in the day.
Oh my
Happy
gosh.
Gilmore, obviously, and Mr. Deeds.
Which one was
Yeah.
the one where he had the kid?
Big Daddy.
Yes,
Yes.
I remember
Yeah,
that one.
yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot. That one was a good one too.
What's the name of the kid? He's grown up now. He's an actor. Who's that actor?
Macaulay Culkin. I don't
No,
know.
no.
I know, it's like, was it one of the Culkin brothers?
No. He's an actor also. He's an actor now. That kid.
Well, I'm assuming
There's
because
a
he was
lot
in a
of kids,
movie.
girl. I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot
Let me-
that it
let
is.
me
Can you
Google.
research for
I'm
us?
gonna look for it.
Michael B. Jordan.
This is gonna bother me now.
No. He's hot though.
Big Daddy.
But I love Adam Sandler. I super love his movies with Drew Barrymore. All those.
It's Cole Sprouse and Dylan
Yeah.
Sprouse.
Yeah, the Sprouse. The
There.
Sprouses.
Sprouse
Yes,
twins.
yes,
Yeah, you put them together, they're Sprite. But yeah, when you... When, all right, so we have so much more on the show, not just the corny jokes. Mo has a lot of those, but we'll deal with all of that later. All right, so later on the show, toy designer Quiccs Maiquez will join us live to talk about his latest creations inspired by the Mexican art of lucha libre. Ooh, I'm excited about that. Now, it's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. And welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Our guest today is fresh of a muy caliente colaboración with Mexico. Filipino toy designer Quiccs Maiquez puts a Mexican twist on his signature collector's pieces inspired by the art of lucha, libre, and some other pop culture references. He's now joining us live in the studio. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, guys. Thank you.
Quicks, you're making the day a lot more beautiful today, especially with the toys that you've brought in. Let's talk first about this latest collaboration in Mexico.
Yep.
We were talking about it a while ago. Lucha Libre, obviously the theme here, for those not familiar, Lucha Libre are those are pro wrestlers who typically wear masks and they are high flyers.
Yes.
But the reference that you have here also is based on a very popular movie back in our day, the day of Mo and I. Nacho Libre. We'll emphasize by
Heavily
the colors.
inspired by it, yes.
Tell us a bit more about this collaboration.
So a team invited us to go to Mexico, and it's my first time to go there, so I had no idea what to expect. But we did ask what kind of subculture would resonate through our Mexican fans, and they told us lucha libre is a big thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm also a big fan of pro wrestling, so I gravitated towards a design that both encapsulates like the culture and at the same time my favorite too, which is lucha
Is
libre.
that you as a wrestler? No. Sorry,
yes,
you're so great.
we made a mock poster that
Oh, that's so good.
That is so cool.
represents me as a wrestler. Yeah,
Hey, were you surprised that you had a following in Mexico?
I did because siguro since I started making toys in 2012, we had radio silence about Mexican collectors collecting my stuff.
Really?
So for me to find out that there are a lot of them there, and they have my old stuff too from way back from 2012. 2013, 2014. So it was very heartwarming for me to see that.
I mean, like, I can only imagine the impact that how that must make you feel. How does it feel to seeing your work all over the world? I'm sure you're a bit used to it. You're at that level, if you don't mind me saying. But then when you go to different places and you didn't realize how far-reaching your work is, just how does that impact you
Very
personally?
heartwarming and surprising because I'm used to like having fans here in the Philippines, of course, and in the States and some parts of Southeast Asia. But for me to see like in Mexico, of all places, there are a lot of people who dig my stuff too. It's very heartwarming and makes me proud.
Do you have any plans of sending these to Jack Black?
Of course, if I meet him someday, why not?
Right? That would be so perfect.
I'd give him one and ask him one to sign one for
That
me.
would be amazing. You should totally post that on social media and tag him.
Yes.
Yes.
He might.
Oh, my
It might need to be a bit chubbier for the Nacho Libre but then, and with the eagle thing
Yes.
from the movie. But it's just fantastic. You mentioned that you're a fan of pro wrestling. Obviously, there's a bit of a renaissance right now, especially in
Of
WWE.
course, yes.
With a new Lucha Libre
Yeah.
wrestler coming in with Penta.
Yes.
Did that inspire you, or did you feel that, this work is part of that resurgence that we're now talking more about Lucha
I hope
Libre?
so. I hope so. Me and my brother grew up in the 80s watching WWF.
Yeah,
before.
back in the day.
And I really loved the heels, most especially, not the heroes, the villains.
Yeah.
It entertained me a lot. And I see a big resurgence now in pro wrestling. So for us to be able to do something that's part of it is exciting for me as well. So when we go back to Mexico these next few years, will dwell into like the lucha libre culture a lot.
Oh,
it's like a
that's so
series.
interesting. Yeah.
We also heard that while you're in Mexico, you got inked. Is that
My
correct?
first
Your
one,
first
yeah.
ever
Really?
tattoo?
Wow.
So
Let's
it's
see
kind of
it.
glossy. It's still healing.
Okay,
Oh my
okay.
God, that was
Let's try
amazing.
show the
Can we zoom
camera. Let's
in?
try show the camera here. Okay, so yeah, just stay still. The camera will go
There you
focus.
go.
Kind of still healing.
Yeah, so can you tell us a bit about it? What is that?
It's the Swiss lever escapement. It's a part of the machine, the movement of the watch.
Oh, okay.
It's, watches are like important to me. I started collecting it when my dad died in 2014. He handed me his watch, his favorite watch. Ever since, I've been fascinated by the culture and the collecting part of it. So
You mentioned that it's such a nice way to stay connected with your dad, especially
course.
with this type of collection.
Yeah.
Is there any particular type of watch that really resonates with you, because it is so personal? I can only imagine that you have it in your head that if you see a certain watch, you think of your dad.
Well, he wore a white gold 1803 Rolex that I grew up like playing when he wasn't around.
Yeah.
But I didn't really know much about it. After he died, I did research about it, and I guess I was led to the best of the best. I just wanted like the top of the food chain, I guess.
Yeah.
And appreciate their history and their culture and their contribution to what I'd say up until now is still a growing market. So. It's like my toy, I guess. My favorite toy.
Was that the best part of your trip in Mexico, getting inked there for the first time?
I would say my best part was seeing the Lucha Libre match live. Where a wrestler flew and then almost hit me. By my
Almost
side.
hit you.
Yeah.
Would you have preferred it if he did hit you?
Yes. With all the sweat and everything. Yeah. But I think they're super trained, like they know what to do.
Of course, of course.
So, it was super close, but not close enough to hit me.
Did you
have a
guys
faith?
have to like sign waivers just in case
No,
you guys
no,
got
not
hit?
at all.
Oh my God. I feel like that's a loss.
Yeah, I know.
Do you have a favorite wrestler now?
Right now, well, I don't know if he's active, but Brock Lesnar.
Oh yeah, Brock Lesnar ever since.
Like what I said, I like heels. I
Yeah.
like the villains a lot, and I like Brock because he's really powerful. He
Yeah.
even like translated it to UFC, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
He did really well. So that he's like a special specimen, I guess.
Now, this might be a difficult question because I know we've been talking heavily most about your trip to Mexico.
Yeah.
But I know we were saying earlier that you've made maybe over 50,000 toys from since you
yes.
started. Has there been one in particular, maybe like a collaboration or a toy that you've made that really resonated with you?
Of course, the one that back in 2012 I bootlegged a lot or illegally did the three stripes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then in 2019, they
They reached
invited
out.
us to do the official collab. So that's a dream come true for me. A
Yeah.
360.
Na legal na.
Yes.
I mean, like you talk about those collaborations with big brands, and of
Yes.
course Adidas. Can you tell us a bit more about the creative process working with them? Because I can only imagine that it goes through several layers of approval, several layers of just really collaboration and just talking and communication. Like,
Yeah.
how creative are you allowed to be? And of
Yeah.
course, how important is it that the signature is there despite the brand presence?
Yeah, there's two facets to it. I do design shoes and like other merchandise for them, but they typically give us free range when we do toys.
Oh, that's nice.
And that's one thing that I super love about them is they allow us to represent the brand without much restrictions. So I'd like to shout out to them too for,
Yeah.
for giving us that opportunity because it's been a big help to my brand ever since it became a legit collaboration.
Did you ever imagine that you would, reach this point in your career, that you would go this far as a toy maker, as an artist?
Not really. I designed toys in 2012 thinking that it was very niche, old people collecting toys.
Yeah.
Wasn't a thing back then. So I just wanted to have like a loyal fan base and I'll take care of them as long as I live, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised that slowly but surely our crowd grew through the years. So I'm very proud too of that.
When your toys reach the hands of the collectors of your clients, what are the feelings and the emotions that you want your toys to, make them feel once they already see or get their hands on your toys?
But beyond the feeling, it's more of like a connection. I grew up in the 80s watching Japanese robots, obviously, that inspired my toys. In the 90s, the hip-hop culture of the US, and the graffiti scene during the early 2000s. And all of these I combined into a character that's Tech 63. So everyone who grew up with me through the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s naturally connect to our stuff. And I guess that's the connection that I want. I didn't find a toy that I could display in my room that looked cool to me, that had everything else that I wanted.
So you made your own?
I made my own, and then I guess I attracted naturally the people who also wanted that.
Right. That's amazing. I mean, has
Thanks.
any of your fan base reached out to you and maybe said that one of your toys really hit a spot, and really
Yes.
changed their lives?
I do often, and it makes me very proud when I hear that.
It's so funny because we're talking about toys, but then when did you realize that it's actually serious business?
Well, I guess after the 3-4 year run, wherever we went, the conventions abroad, there would be lines that would be waiting for me to be able to buy my toys and for me to have them signed by me. It's very heartwarming and also gradual, but maybe during the 2016, 2017, when the Philippines was the country that became warm to my stuff, that made me very proud.
Nagulat ka ba na nauna pa yung international market before the Philippines in terms of warming up to
Yes, I was already expecting that because designer toys in general aren't a thing in the Philippines before.
Yeah.
So when sila Cos and Bear Brick and of course Funko came in, that's when I think the Filipinos warmed up to art toys as a concept.
Well, especially now, like the craze of Pop Marts and all the
Yes,
different toys
exactly.
are
Labubus and stuff.
crazy. So
Yeah.
have you seen a rise with your toy sales as well since everybody's been crazy about it?
I guess, yes. Since 2017, 2018, specifically because of Funko. That's why we're also thankful for the Funko community for that. A lot of them warmed up to my stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess they had that Funko as like an entry-level thing.
Yeah.
And grabe, no, people really shell out money to get these collectible items, which are works of art,
Yes.
by the way, right? Now, you've been in the game for the longest time, so many years. How do you make sure that the passion and the creative spark is always there?
I guess, when I was in Mexico, a lot of artists were saying that, oh, I'm so glad to meet you. You're one of the first people I followed on Instagram.
Wow.
It made me feel nice, but at the same time, I guess I'm the old guy now, kind of.
It made you realize you're one of the first people on Instagram. Kaya,
Back in 2012, 2013. So, I think I'm glad to inspire a lot of artists besides collectors. And it's a big community that kind of feeds off each other,
Right.
which is important, I think.
another thing about the longevity that you've been doing this for more than 10 years, I believe 15 or so.
Yeah.
Are we at 15 already? Maybe 12,
13.
13 years, right? Wow. You've been doing this for 13 years, and a lot of big problem with some artists is that minsan yung passion nawawala, yung why nawawala. You have been relatively consistent throughout your career. Yes. Could you give us an insight kung ano nga ba, what fuels you? Ano yung passion mo? Why do you do what you do?
Well, like what I said, the things that I chose when designing Texas 3 are the things that are closest to me.
Yeah.
Japanese robots, hip-hop, and graffiti. So these are things that I'll never get tired of doing. And I guess till the day I die, I don't mind representing these subcultures.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that avoids that creative block that they'd say.
Yeah.
I never have it because these are stuff that I naturally am into. Really.
Yeah.
So would that be your biggest advice maybe to people who look up to you as an inspiration and want to be creative, is to do what they love?
Yes, this is one thing that I've always said in a lot of interviews too. If you do what you love, it doesn't become work. It's like you're playing every day.
Right.
So it's something that when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I think of are my toys and what's next for us.
And when you're making toys, it really doesn't feel like work. It's like play
Playing.
because you're creating
Yes.
toys, right? Now, you've done so many pieces already, and your mom wants to put up a museum for your toys.
Yes.
Is there a collab that you still want to do or a particular model that you want to create?
Of us.
Of you guys.
Exactly. Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Nacho Libre Edition. Si Pao Perfect doon kasi Encarnacion.
Yes.
Nagulat lang kayo, okay?
Your
but then,
Spanish is really good. Your Spanish is really good.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Konting Duolingo lang yan.
I see, Duolingo.
But then, joking aside, sorry.
so tickled 'cause
I'm
it's
so
Spanish.
caught off guard by
We
that.
laugh in Spanish.
Oh, you
Let
do?
him answer the question seriously,
And what
not
is the question
us.
again?
Yeah. And what model that you want to make part your
Oh,
next?
yeah.
Yes.
Well, I think I've already achieved
answer.
my dream collab.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paolo knows about that.
Yeah.
And maybe more of like parallel movements. So we want to dwell into markets that we're not used to. So in May, we're actually coming up with our first die-cast.
Oh.
Because it's a big thing too, die-cast collectors.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's something I'm looking forward to. And of course, the shoes. I always want to dwell into like new platforms. of shoes.
What I like about your work is that even if you have different mediums, your visual style is the same. Like I can tell that it's your work,
Thank
and
you.
when you keep it consistent, is that a challenge? You're moving on to a different medium again with diecast.
Yes.
Do you feel that it's going to change the way that you have to work to make sure your look
of
is
course. I love being uncomfortable with like new territories, and I guess it's like my marketing background that creatively challenges me of how to attack it. So that's why we love doing parallel projects that aren't like what our collectors are used to.
Yeah.
I love doing new stuff because of this.
Now, I want to ask you a very controversial question.
Controversial?
Controversial? No, because I know you love hip hop. I
Yeah.
love hip hop. So,
Oh, nice. Huh?
Kendrick or Drake?
Oh, that's a good question.
Controversial. Everybody got nervous. They're like, oh my God, what
Ako
is
rin
Mo
eh.
gonna ask?
All right,
Everybody
sorry.
got there.
I don't
say.
care much about the drama.
Yeah.
Okay.
More of like creatively wise lang and musically, I like Kendrick more.
Yeah.
Actually.
So if you were gonna make a toy of either Drake or Kendrick,
It'd also be in a boxing
you
ring.
should do both.
Drake is very visual and
Yes.
very, he has a strong brand, but I do Kendrick.
if you do one, please send me one.
Oh,
my
sure,
gosh.
sure.
I would cry. And myself too. And just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Kendrick and me.
We'll talk about that later on. But Quicks, of course, when we talk about how you inspire people. We talk about the advice that you always give out. I'm sure you have a set list of advice that you normally say, given the fact that you travel around the world and you talk to so many people. But then, is there anyone in the new generation in particular that inspires you in the work that you do? Because the thing about art and the thing about your medium is that there's always a new player.
Yeah.
There's always something new coming up.
Yeah.
And you're still at the top of the game, even despite all of the new talent coming in throughout the years.
see.
So when you look around you, does the industry and the way it's growing, does that inspire you, and how does that keep you going?
Of course, yeah. I usually see the young artists do their own stuff. I see a lot of them being inspired by me, but I see a lot of them too trying to do their own thing, and that's what I respect, and that's what I like. There's one in particular, Chompton from the US. He does a lot of like vintage-looking robots.
Yeah.
That reminds me of like Superbook and Flying House.
Ooh.
You know, the very old
Yeah.
Japanese cartoons in the Philippine TV before. And I like the culture of Japanese-made, garage-made sofobi. They call it sofobi. It's a soft vinyl that the Japanese usually do in their own backyard or in their own garage. That whole subculture is something that fascinates me. And the artists that are doing that now are people that inspire me. And of course, we do our own now as well. But it's like, what do you call this? If everything else that we do, like the pop mart, is like pop music, Some people in Japan are doing their own like punk rock kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm very inspired by that movement.
Okay.
And, we cannot wait to see your next pieces of work.
Thank you.
Especially the ones that look like us.
You have to send me photos so
yeah.
I have reference.
Oh, seriously?
This is not a problem. But Quicks, we wish we had more time. This interview went too quickly.
I know.
Thank you.
Hopefully we can.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, hopefully next time we can have you for like an hour. I don't know.
Yes.
I'll be
try,
back.
Segments. Yeah.
we'll try and make it work. But for the moment, muchas gracias.
good.
Quicks, thank you. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Toy designer and artist Quicks Maiquez.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I apologize for, my co-anchor Paolo and his Espanol. But don't go away because we've got more stories for you later on the show. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back later mañana. Wait, no, that's tomorrow.
Later.
Later na lang. Ako pala, ni Duolingo. Keep it here on PNC, the Billionaire News Channel.
Dapat mamaya na lang, di naman yan.
Hello, welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Now we got more news for you this morning. A veteran international lawyer officially takes on the role of lead counsel in former President Rodrigo Duterte's defense team in The Hague. Meanwhile, former Executive Secretary Salvador Medialdea and attorney Harry Roque are stepping aside. Hannah T. reports.
A strong defense. That's how Nicholas Kaufman describes the legal strategy being built for former President Rodrigo Duterte, who faces crimes against humanity charges in the ICC. Kaufman is the first confirmed lawyer on Duterte's legal team, a seasoned international lawyer with a degree from the University of Cambridge and over 3 decades of experience in international law. In an interview, Kaufman said Duterte is still finalizing his defense team, and it may take a week to complete. According to Vice President Sara Duterte, they're looking to add another lawyer to the team. In a media interview in The Hague, VP Sara confirms that once the legal team is complete, former Executive Secretary Salvador Medialdea will step aside to make room for counsel with experience in ICC proceedings. Medialdea is one of Duterte's closest allies who had to be rushed to a hospital. He fell ill during a visit to Duterte at the ICC detention center. The Philippine Embassy in the Netherlands confirms he has received medical care and is recovering. Senator Robin Padilla says Medialdea had been under immense pressure and had not slept for days.
Kahit na sinong kaibigan, maapektuhan ka. Ganyan po siguro ang nangyari kay ES. Tinamaan na rin ng siyempre yung nangyari kay Mayo.
Although accredited as counsel before the ICC, former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque is also not part of Duterte's legal team. The Duterte camp wants him to focus on his asylum application in the Netherlands.
That would not. There's a whole procedure that I need to comply before they give me proof that I am an asylum seeker and a temporary residence in the Netherlands as soon as they receive my application for asylum.
Roque left the country amid a congressional contempt order and is yet to face trafficking charges in relation to Pogos. VP Sara told the media the camp wants to avoid complications by keeping the legal team focused on Duterte's case. She adds all lawyers of her father will be foreign nationals. Kaufman is no stranger to the ICC. He defended former Ivorian leader Charles Blé Godet, who was acquitted of crimes against humanity in 2019. He also represented Mohamed Said Abdel Kani, a Central African Republic militia leader, charged with war crimes. Before his work at the ICC, Kaufman was a prosecutor for the Israeli Ministry of Justice, handling cases involving war crimes and genocide. His next major case, defending Duterte. Hannah T., Billionaire News Channel.
The local auto industry keeps its engines running smoothly in the first 2 months of the year. Our mobility correspondent G. Baroga breaks down the trends behind this growth.
The Philippine automotive industry is still cruising at a full speed, with car sales hitting 76,768 units year-to-date, up 6% from the 72,132 vehicles sold during the same period last year. A joint report by the Chamber of Automotive Manufacturers of the Philippines, Inc. or CAMPI and the Truck Manufacturers Association shows a notable 13% increase in commercial vehicle sales, totaling 60,885 units sold. However, passenger car sales saw a dip, down 12% with 15,883 units sold compared to 18,129 in February 2024. New energy vehicles, which were included in the report for the first time in January, have made a strong debut, with sales reaching 3,416 units or close to 6% in market share. Among them, hybrids led the charge, though plug-in hybrids experienced a significant boost month-on-month, selling 38 units in February compared to just 9 in January. CAMPI attributes the positive sales trend to a variety of factors, including a stable supply chain, rising demand for electric and autonomous vehicles, and favorable global economic conditions. Consumers are also showing a growing preference for connected, personalized driving experiences, with an increasing shift toward electrified mobility. These trends, combined with ongoing technological advancements, are expected to keep sales revving through 2025. Toyota, led by the billionaire T family, remains firmly in the driver's seat, holding a commanding 48% market share. For BNC Mobility, G. Baroga.
Now, from car sales to music revenues, an industry group reports subscription streaming boosted global recorded music revenues for a 10th straight year in 2024. The annual Global Music Report says subscriber numbers rose by 10% to 752 million worldwide. Revenues topped $20 billion for the first time in streaming, while physical formats fell by 3% to $4.8 billion after a strong 2023. While CDs revenue fell, vinyl marked its 18th consecutive year of growth.
Up ahead, global weather on Weather HQ. Don't go away. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. This is Weather HQ. Let's take a look at the global weather. The United Nations reports that greenhouse gas levels in 2024 led to record temperatures, accelerating glacier and sea ice loss, raising sea levels, and nearing a key warming threshold. Average temperatures were at 1.55 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels, surpassing the 2023 record. The long-term temperature increase is now between 1.34 to 1.41 degrees Celsius, approaching the Paris Agreement limit of 1.5 degrees Celsius. While a single year above 1.5 degrees Celsius does not mean the Paris target is exceeded, the possibility remains due to data uncertainty. Other factors like the solar cycle and volcanic activity also contributed to the rise. Extreme weather events displaced 800,000 people, and ocean heat and CO2 levels reached record highs. Sea levels rose by 4.7 millimeters per year from 2015 to 2024, double the rate from 1993 to 2002. The storm struck Texas, bringing strong winds and severely reduced visibility. Eyewitness videos showed El Paso engulfed in a yellow haze, with people walking cautiously amid the swaying trees. The storm occurs when strong winds lift dust and debris into the air, reducing visibility and creating hazardous conditions. It is common in dry, arid areas. These storms can cause damaged crops, buildings, and machinery while affecting air quality. They can also cause respiratory problems, making it important to stay indoors and follow safety warnings during such events. Moving on to Europe, heavy rains continued to hit Spain for the third week on Tuesday, March 18, causing severe flooding in Andalusia. In Cartama, residents battled rising waters from the overflow of the Guadalhorce River, with homes and streets inundated. This marks the second flood in less than 5 months. For the town, Antonia, who had just started rebuilding her life after October's flood, lost everything again. At least 2 people are missing and hundreds were evacuated due to the overflowing rivers. Andalusian authorities evacuated 368 families in Malaga as a precaution. The recent floods have left residents on edge, still haunted by the deadly rains in Valencia just 4 months ago, which led to widespread criticism of delayed emergency alerts. And that's it for Weather HQ for today. Back to you, girls.
Now, is today your lucky day or not? Find out from Feng Shui Master Hans Kua in our horoscope of the day. Take it away, Master Hans!
Good morning! It's a beautiful day with me, Master Hans Kua. Ito po ang horoscope, Thursday, March 20. Para sa mga pinanganak ng Year of the Rat, mag-focus sa deadlines upang maiwasan ang pressure. Red at 5. Ox naman tayo, ang collaboration na magdadala ng success sa project. Aqua at 3. Kay Tiger naman tayo, do not mix pleasure with love. Brown at 7. Kay Rabbit, sa bahay out with the old, in naman ang mga new para maalis ang mga energy blocks. Blue at 9. Dragon, mag-invest sa mga bagay na magpapalago sa iyong resources. Pink at 6. Kay Stick naman tayo, kung hindi ka comfortable sa isang tao, umexit na agad. Yellow at 4. Ito naman kay Of the Horsey. Planuhin ang mga gastusin para maiwasan ang kakulangan. Green at 8. Kay Ship naman tayo, bigyan ng pansin ang healthy lifestyle upang maiwasan ang sakit. White at 2. Monkey naman tayo, mag-focus sa communication upang maiwasan ang hindi pagkakaunawaan. Gray at 1. Kay Rooster naman tayo, putulin mo na ang mga useless na relationship. Purple at 3. Kay Dog naman tayo, mag-focus sa balanced meal upang mapanatili ang energy. Orange at 5. Kay Pig naman tayo, mag-relax upang maiwasan ang stress. Blue at 9. Ako po, si Master Hans Kua. Paalala lang ito po'y patnubay lamang. Ang tunay na swerte ay nagsisimula sa pagiging totoo. Abangan ang horoscope of the day dito lang po sa It's a Beautiful Day!
Thank you so much, Master Hans Kua!
Muchas gracias, Master Hans!
Not gonna say anything na.
Muchas gracias.
Salamat, Master Hans.
Salamat. Master Hans Kua.
Maladali ka sa mga reading mo mamaya, just in case.
Nadali na nga ako kanina eh. Paolo's messing me up. You know, Master Hans said, cut out those relationships. I'm gonna cut the Spanish version of you out.
Well, of course, mamaya, this is the next segment is not spoiler-free. That is because Anne knows everything about it already.
That's right. You know, they say love comes when you least expect it, but that is a fool's advice. For Coach V, dating is a numbers game and could be an exact science. More from her after the break. Love Hacks coming up next, only here on It's a Beautiful Day. Stay tuned. welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Pop superstar Ed Sheeran built a career singing songs about love through his math-themed albums. But did you know math itself plays a big factor in the game of love? Let's talk about it with Coach V in today's Love Hacks. Take it away, Coach V.
As a matchmaker, singles often ask me, Coach V, ilang frogs ba ang kailangan kong i-kiss bago ko mahanap ang the one? In this episode, loves, I will tell you the formula to know exactly how many frogs you have to kiss to find your the one. Yes, loves, love may feel unpredictable, but science and mathematics actually predict your chances of finding the one. Good morning, loves, and it's a beautiful day. Coach V here, bringing you a brand new way to level up your love life. This is Love Hacks. Today, we are breaking down the mathematics of love. Yes, loves, romance can be solved with numbers. How many people do you actually need to date before you find the lucky one? How can you use mathematical principles to increase your chances of finding lasting love? Loves, today, we are bringing logic into romance. Did you know, loves, na the 37% rule in mathematics suggests that the best way to find your ideal partner is to reject the first 37% of your dating pool. This helps you set a standard before choosing. Most people only meet about 300 to 400 potential life partners in their entire lifetime. O, di ba madami ba yon? Di ba ang dami? So, if you think walang matinong tao, chances are you're just looking in the wrong places. Research suggests that people who approach dating strategically, not just leaving it to faith, have a much higher chance of finding the love. So, Pao, Monique, and Anne, ilang beses kayo nag-reject ng somebody before you found the person that you're with right now?
Mahirap yan eh, kasi 300 to 400 potential life partners, the one lang yung hanap ko eh.
Oh, yeah, but how many, I don't want to ask how many dates or relationships, but like, marami ba kayong na-reject before you found this person?
Si Mo, mahilig mag-reject.
Not me. No? Anne? Huh? Yeah, when we say reject, ibig sabihin, these are the potential romantic partners sana, pero hindi kayo nagkatuluyan.
Maybe the one
yes.
who had a Velcro wallet. I had
So
to
just
reject.
one?
Di ba kinasal mo yun?
No, there were some.
There were some
Some
others Velcro.
also had Velcro wallets, and then
The Velcro wallet magnet, Monique.
No, not me. Anne.
Sorry, Anne. How about you? How many people did you have to reject to find the partner that you're with? A few? Less than 10? More than 10?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Mahina
so
kami
a
sa
few
math.
din talaga, no?
Mahina kami sa math, that's why
we hate math.
Hindi naman basketball team
Communications
size
major.
roster, ano?
No.
Okay.
Well, we will see, loves. Rule number 1, yung the 37% rule. How many people should you exactly have to date before choosing the one? Mathematicians have decided or have studied decision making, and they found a pattern. Oh, interesting. I love this. If you're choosing from a set of number of options, like dating candidates, the best way to make the right choice is to reject the first 37%. Bakit 37%? It helps you recognize patterns. Kumbaga may idea ka na kung sino ang market mo at hindi mo market pagdating sa dating. The first few people you date aren't just potential partners. They're more on learning experiences. Ang sakit naman nun, ganun lang. It prevents you from settling too early. And if you commit too soon, you risk missing out on a better match. It trains you to identify red flags as well and green flags. So yung first 37% are not for commitment. They're for setting a standard. So we will learn how to identify yung 37% later. So ibig sabihin, yung mga first love pala natin, may co-host, practice lang pala yun. Hindi pala sila yung para sa atin. So, they are meant to be rejected kung hindi mo sila nakatuluyan. So, hello to our first loves out there. So, for example, if you expect to date 10 people in your lifetime before settling down, you should reject the first 4 before making any serious decisions. Because the first 4, yun yung 37%. If you estimate that you will date around 30 people, you should reject the first 11 before considering commitment kahit gaano pa sila kapogi, ganda, or bango. But here's the big question. What happens after we reject yung first 37%? After rejecting them, you don't just randomly pick somebody. You use what you learn to choose the next best option that comes along. So, eto na, may benchmark ka na, di ba, for what you do and don't want. The next person you find who is better than all the previous ones, that's the one you choose. So, fellow hosts, would you say that the partner that you have right now is far better than the people that you dated before?
100%.
You gotta agree, they're all watching.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Pao!
Yeah,
What's that
100%.
smile, Pao?
I don't know, kasi there might be more than, like, who's watching? Everyone's watching.
What do you mean?
No, I mean,
Sinasabi niya,
yes,
baka
yes.
nanonood din yung ex niya. Alright, moving on.
Joke lang yan. Of course, I'm happy
Biro
where
lang,
we are up.
biro lang.
Okay, I will save myself.
So, ibig sabihin, kung nakaka-attend ka ng date, tapos may dumating na mas okay kesa sa lahat ng ex mo, yun yung jackpot. So, the best person after the 37%, that is your person. Yes, loves, you don't have to date all 100%. Just find the one who beats the rest. Ikaw, ilang beses ka na bang nag-reject? Baka naman nasa 37% ka pa lang, ha? Baka naman wala pang 20% napagod ka na, ayaw mo na sa pag-ibig. Hindi mo talaga mahahanap ang the one mo. Sabi ni Sir, nakaapat 4% pa lang siya. 29% to go, Sir.
Go, Troy.
4, wait lang. 29 plus 4, okay, don't talk to me about math. The better rule, my loves, is date to learn, not just to fall in love. The right person will stand out once you've built the right standards. Rule number 2, you ready? The odds of love, how many frogs you have to kiss to find the one. According to studies, the average person meets about 80,000 people in their lifetime. Now, let's narrow that down. Half will be wrong age and gender, syempre, or already taken. So only about 1% na lang yung natitira that we can meet na may attraction at nami-meet yung relationship goals natin. Even fewer will be emotionally available, single, and ready for commitment. So what's the final result? Eto na, how many frogs do you have to kiss? You probably have around 300 to 400 potential life partners in your entire lifetime. But here's the good news. If you're actively dating, the number increases. Ibig sabihin, mas mataas yung chance mo that you will find love sooner. If you keep expanding your social circles, you multiply your chances. So, Mo, Pao, and Anne, kung feeling mo wala ng pag-asa kasi lahat ng lalaki pare-pareho, baka naman hindi pa nila or hindi pa natatry ng mga iba lumabas on their comfort zone. Did you have to go out of your comfort zone to find your person? Or bigla na lang drain up ni universe sa inyo? Were you actively dating when you meet your partner?
No, I was actively working.
You were actively working? Oh, interesting. How about you?
Oh my gosh, it's so hard.
Yeah, how did
I was
he
dating and then I met my husband now.
So you were seeking actively that time.
Or you were dating someone else?
I was dating other guys. And ang hirap sabihin, I was dating other guys and then nireto kasi siya sa akin.
Yeah.
What's nireto?
So you
like
are
a
out
matchmaking
there.
thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reto is the traditional matchmaking here in the Philippines.
Yes.
How about you?
The
How
Lord
did you find?
just blessed me.
Okay, let's stop Let's keep it right there.
I was busy working like Paolo, then he just showed up out of nowhere.
Yung out of the sky, may beam of light na gumanon over time. Like,
No, swear! I was just with my friends, and then I see this guy walking, and I said, who is that guy that looks like Aladdin? And then I said, I want him. And then wala na. That's
Who approached who? Very quickly.
me.
He approached
We
you.
just started talking, and then never seen
So
it
feeling
at
mo,
all.
Jasmine ka?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Wait for our music video. A whole new world.
Loves.
Did I have a magic carpet?
Meron na.
Love, sana all. You just point and then it's yours. Katulad ni Monique. Here's a better rule, my loves. No? Finding love is a numbers game. Pabayaan nyo na to. May mukhang sinuwerte tong mga co-host ko ng sobra-sobra. The more quality people you meet, the better chances. Eto na, rule number 3, law of attraction, very important. Kaya mo ba talagang i-manifest ang love? Numbers aside, let's talk about the mindset.
Oh, I love this effect. It's called the Pygmalion effect. It proves that people who believe that they will find love actually finds love. Your self-perception shapes your dating success. If you keep thinking wala na talagang matinong babae or lalaki sa mundo, your brain will only filter proof of that belief. So research shows na confidence increases attraction. People who think they are attractive are rated higher by others, even by their physical features. Even if their physical features stay the same. Wow! But nadadaan pala sa positive thinking and attractiveness level mo. Now, how to increase your love probability, love. Stop saying walang good options. You're just limiting yourself. Present yourself as someone who is ready for love. Go to new places, meet new people, expand your social circle, and katulad ng co-host ko, work very hard. Ikaw, ano yung biggest lesson mo nung naghahanap ka ng the one? Nahanap mo ba agad or dumaan ka muna sa practice mode? Can you give me one biggest lesson when you were dating?
Ooh,
If there are people who are finding love right now, would you say, well, just work very hard? Biglang iiwan na lang, ida-drop na lang ni God yan sa'yo?
No, but in fairness,
Okay.
I had to go through a lot of guys to learn that he was the one. So I did date a lot of guys before him, and then when we started talking, I'm like, oh, these are like the standards
Riff
of what I
raff,
want and stuff.
street rat.
I
So
don't
you've
buy
gone
that.
through
I
your
don't.
37%.
I think so. I think probably more than 30%.
More.
Honestly. No, you really not like in a bad way. I'm just saying you have to go through like
Yeah.
a bunch of guys, like what Coach V is saying, to
Yeah.
figure out what you want in a relationship. Because like the first couple, you're just so infatuated by them.
No, I think it's also may timing rin eh. You go through
Actually,
different
yeah.
people, you learn through it, and then it actually makes you appreciate more the partner that you
Yeah.
currently have. Kasi syempre may pinagdaan na. May,
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, you have that experience. Kaya,
At may-
personally, I feel like I'm already at that level wherein me and my partner have gone through different things separately, and it works out very well right now.
So alam niyo na yung baseline niyo. You're not gonna
Yes.
go below
Yes.
that. No? I wonder if si Monique's experience when it comes to to meeting the one. Ikaw ba, you'd had to, how'd you know na yung may mga Velcro?
Anne.
Oh,
Not
Anne
me.
pala,
Anne.
Anne.
I was actually asking Anne Monique.
Sorry, ang ganda kasi.
Na-confuse kami sa'yo, Coach V.
Ang ganda ng damit niya na collar, So my loves, di ba, you've mentioned na you don't like Velcro wallet, pero nung nakita mo sa dawan mo, sabi mo, you didn't.
Yeah, I had no ick at
you didn't.
all.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that was
So
one
I
strong
just
indicator
realized,
for you.
yes, one of the indicators, I guess, because I
Okay.
didn't have that ick.
Yan.
Yeah.
So my loves, eto na yun You don't just find love, you create the conditions for love to find. Katulad nga ng sabi nila, sometimes it's reto. So tap your friends right now na, hey, do your job, reto mo naman ako. Here's the truth, my love. Love isn't just magic or luck. It's about strategy, comfort, and mindset. Yung 37% rule, it helps you date smarter, not harder. Understanding the probability of love helps you stay patient instead of feeling hopeless. And the law of attraction proves that the energy you bring to the dating is the energy you attract back. Love isn't a mystery. It's a formula. And the ones who find it aren't just lucky, they're intentional. Remember, loves, date with strategy, not just emotions. Expand your network to increase your chances. Ang mindset pala talaga is everything. It's the way you see yourself that determines the kind of love you attract. And finally, instead of waiting for the one, go and mathematize your way to your love life. That's it for today, my love. This is Coach V bringing you real talk about real love. Join me again tomorrow and have a beautiful day. Love you. Mathematize your love
I like
life.
that.
Yeah,
Mathematize.
No, I like the whole mindset rin eh, yung kailangan ng mindset. Because, like you were mentioning a while ago, that if you feel na walang matino, you won't find one. But at the same time, if you have the right mindset and you're keeping things open, and at the same time you go outside yung mga circle mo, it works a bit better.
Well, Coach V, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Based on the scientific facts that you presented in front of us, the 37%, For those people that like marry their first love, what are your thoughts on that?
Swerte.
Interesting. So even if we have the math behind finding love, no, I always believe that love is a decision.
Yes.
In a point na kahit pa there's someone out there better than your current husband or wife right now, if a person have committed na ito yung binigay sa akin, ito yung makakasama ko in a lifetime, commitment is stronger than anything.
That's right.
So that's what happened probably to them.
I like that. That's
I
a
know,
nice.
I love that.
Yeah. How about you, Anne?
Velcro girl.
She barely talked today.
I always get so stressed when you
Kaya
throw the question
I
at me. I'm
know.
like, okay.
Our audiences know so much about us.
Yeah.
I know.
And you're married na kasi.
Yes.
So kumbaga we're setting the standards here. So when you were married, did you feel like, hey, I could go better than this? Or you would say like, this is the best one that I could get in my lifetime?
I think he is the best one that I could ever get.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we've been together for the longest time. So we've gone through so many challenges na yung mga iba-ibang problema and the craziest things in life. Talaga we've gone through them and we survived them. So I think this is it.
Yes,
This
and
is
hindi
the
ka naman
best.
babalik-balik sa kanya if you
Yeah.
don't think
And-
that he's the best of all, di ba?
And what we, di ba, remember we talked about yung mga careers that are
Yeah.
hard to love, and I
Yes.
fall under that hard to love category, not just in terms of career, but also with my personality, my attitude, ganon. But you know, he embraces everything about me, even the bad side. So
That's when she knows he's the one.
yes, Pao.
Sarap pag-usapan. I wanna dive into it more. I have so many questions, but we are out of time. Coach B, maraming salamat again. Thank you so much for showing us the math in love. And siguro mahihirapan din yung mga communication students with that. As co-majors who are not so
I'm
great
a
at math.
co-major. I hate math.
So that is it for us of this Thursday, March 20. Ako po si Paolo del Rosario. Thank you so much for joining us today.
I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. Thank you for making us your daily morning habit. And always remember, even if you hate math like me, don't forget to count your blessings.
That was amazing. Good job. That was impromptu. And I'm Monique Tuzon. I hope you guys have a great day ahead. Join us again tomorrow. Finally Friday tomorrow at 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Only here on
It's a beautiful day.